Tuesday, February 22nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and we did see a number of record high temperatures get set across the region yesterday. Now, a big change taking place today, as we go through the midweek period, we are settling into a cooler stretch of weather here for the next few days. It was interesting watching the cold front move through this morning. There were some 20-degree temperature swings on either side of that front as it slowly pushed south through the region as a whole. So it was kind of neat to watch those pre-dawn hours temperature observations as that front was making steady southward progress. Now temperatures here at the 5 a.m. hour, actually these are still 4 a.m. Eastern time temperatures, but notice that pretty tight temperature gradient across our region as a whole as that cooler air is pushing on in from the north. You had a lot of 60s just ahead of the front, a lot of 40s just behind the front. There's the radar imagery. As expected, this system not producing a great deal of precipitation here around our viewing area and our region as a whole, and we're going to continue to see that front press through in mainly dry fashion. There's the upper air chart today, a little upper level disturbance up to our north, helping to drive that front off to the south. And let's take a look off the European at a couple of the storm systems coming up. A couple pretty potent systems going to affect parts of the country as a whole. This is a look 0Z Friday, so this would be 7 in the evening Thursday. And pretty good shortwave moving into the Mississippi River Valley. And then we go out toward Tuesday during the pre-dawn hours. And yeah, European's gone nuts. We're kind of closing that next disturbance off. And that'll be another pretty potent system rolling through. So I'll take you through this, step you through some of the other modeling as well. Now today, cold air advection taking place. So we've already seen in many spots our high temperatures for the 24-hour period of today. That was during the overnight hours. But as we go through the rest of today, a lot of daytime temperatures, especially when you get north and east of Charlotte, hovering in the 50s. Charlotte probably seeing some 60s briefly before temperatures drop. There you go. In terms of Wednesday, tomorrow, high pressure building in. We'll see a lot of lows relatively close to the freezing mark across the Piedmont tonight, and then a lot of 50s for highs tomorrow. And here we are Thursday. This is Thursday, 1 in the afternoon. Warm front begins to lift through, and a lot of the modeling is beginning to latch onto that scenario of some rain showers pressing in Thursday afternoon, while the main actual surface low is way back over the Red River Valley. So as that warm front lifts through, may be enough to produce some showers Thursday afternoon and through Thursday night as well. This is 1 a.m. Friday. The surface low on the GFS sitting near the Tennessee-Kentucky border. We go 6 hours later. That low moves to near West Virginia. And this will be producing some pretty nasty thunderstorms in the warm sector. And that good chance of rain eventually spreads east right on through much of the eastern seaboard when you get south of the Mason-Dixon line. Snow north of there. Let's take you through the Canadian. This is 7 a.m. Friday. You're looking at the low centered there over eastern Kentucky and the western Virginias. Again, this will be nasty thunderstorm activity south of that surface low that then progresses eastward. And let's see. Let's go to the European. This is 1 a.m. Friday. Low pressure over the Ohio River. Pretty good thunderstorm activity through Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee at that point in time. When we go 12 hours later, the thunderstorm chance diminishes, but there still could be some rumbles of thunder even in the Carolinas with this. But the severe weather threat's really off to the west. There's the day 3 convective outlook, and these are some pretty high probabilities there. This will almost certainly wind up being a moderate risk area, depending on how some of the smaller scale features align. But in that area there, in that especially in that they say 15% and higher area, pretty good risk of severe weather coming with this Thursday and Thursday night. Could be the first pretty nasty severe weather outbreak in a while. And again, in the Carolinas, even some rumbles of thunder possible, but I think the severe weather threat, while not zero, will certainly diminish as it presses eastward. But we'll have to watch Friday morning especially, see how this system behaves as it pulls through the Carolinas. All right, Saturday. We get a quiet weekend. Saturday, probably upper 50s and low 60s and highs. Sunday, well up into the 60s. The GFS is now a little quicker with the system early next week, whereas yesterday it was slower than the European. They've kind of reversed their timing positions there. So there on the GFS, Sunday actually printing out some rain showers. I've left the rain showers out of Sunday's forecast, but just be aware that you can't rule out seeing a few showers with another warm front lifting through Sunday. And then there's the GFS, 1 a.m. Tuesday, swinging the core of that next system through. The European is slower. This is 7 a.m. Tuesday, and it still has the system just beginning to swing into the western Carolinas. So the bottom line is there'll be a pretty potent system move through from late Thursday into Friday, and then another pretty potent system from later Monday into Tuesday, both of which could bring some pretty decent rains around the area, both of which could also bring a few thunderstorms as well. Now, a couple of the indices before I wrap up the video. This is the PNA. Notice it is trending back toward at least neutral as we get into March. The NAO beginning to trend back toward neutral as well. And there's, if you look at the longer range modeling, there's a lot of cold air in North America as we get into March. So I'm maintaining my position here. They were not through with the cold air yet. And, you know, a lot of folks still wondering if we're done with the snow. I don't know. But we've certainly had a track record recently of getting some March snows, so we'll see how that all unfolds. Looks like for the next week, it's a very spring-like pattern with rain and even thunderstorm potential across the southern tier states, and then we will kind of see where the pattern heads as we get deeper into early March. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great Tuesday, and God bless.